So here I was last night, sat in my chair doing, I don't know, the interesting things that I get up to, when I got a comment by one of my YouTube subscribers, I didn't even know I had them, being like, yo mate, give us an update. So here's a smelly old Jarrarium update. Now narrated. Not because I'm upgrading my video quality, but due to just lack of effort on my part. So, here it is. I think this is now the 10-month mark. Good. This is like the 10-month mark, I think, since I started. And in the last 5 months, there's been quite a few disasters. There's been quite a string of saddening things that have happened. So firstly, a lot of the baby shrimp died from the cold by the time that I could buy a heater, which is a bit unfortunate. And so there are 2 that survived, and they've come to adulthood actually. I'll see if I can find them in a sec. Yeah, so the heater I bought was this. The Interpet, I don't know, it's like 10 watts, I didn't want it to cost much. But bad heater, I think, and something that, well, it's very good, but in a tank this size, in a jar this size anyway, it's always going to touch plants and it's going to burn them basically. So the heater lived here, and as you can see in the last video, this plant here used to dominate the back of the tank, or the jar. And that's no longer the case because it burnt off a lot of the plant and it kind of caused a bit of a death. So I've got a new plant planted in the back, and I've swapped out the heater for a mat that's used for puppies. So it's like 30 degrees, and I tick it on and off every 3 hours, full 3 hours, and it seems to maintain a temperature of about 20 degrees. So yeah. Next, I bought some Daphnia, but those all died because I didn't really know about how to feed them, something I've been looking into. I'll talk about in a sec. There's one of the shrimp. It's not exactly a high quality angle, but just, you know, trust me, he's there, being all nasty. I've also got a red and white stripy one, and another yellow one. As you can see, yellow kind of is a bit too camouflaged for this jar. I'll probably buy one more, but I'm looking into other sort of life forms that this can support. There's a lot of microscopic stuff sort of living on the glass that probably can't focus on. Oh, there's one of the Narite snails. He's looking tasty. And there's quite a lot of ram's horn snails, or Percy clones, because big Percy decided to kick the bucket. Rest in peace, little guy. I keep this as a reminder for all my failings. Anyway, so I said I'm looking at other life forms and feeding stuff. When I had a big crash, I dosed it with ferts, and that seemed to have done quite a bit to sort of boost everything. Yeah, go away. And now I'm looking at sort of putting new life forms in it. So I bought these the other day. It's red-tailed fairy shrimp eggs in white sand. You might be able to see some of the eggs. And you add these to water. This is just dechlorinating. Then I'll add them. And they should live for about 10 months, grow to about this long. Should be pretty cool. I'll add them to here, possibly, but I'm not too sure right now because they need to be fed sort of algae and green water, because I think they feed stuff that's in the water column instead of just feeding off of stuff like, you know, wafers, which I've been giving my shrimp occasionally for like a treat. I don't know. Guy lives alone and his best friend's a shrimp. So this is my green water that I'm growing, and it's basically a mix of sort of phytoplankton and algae and whatever on some leftover Java moss. So this is spirulina. Just chucked a ton of fertilizer in the cups, some Java moss, and whatever's in it is just going to grow, and then I'll pour it in to feed these fairy tale shrimp. I'm going to first test it out on my second jar, which is over here. I know, what an exciting reveal, trust me, it's nothing special. So this jar is sort of more murky and less high effort. I just kind of chucked all my leftover stuff in it because I don't really want to bin things, and I don't like when I get overrun with snails. I don't really want them to overrun my main one, so I just chuck them in here and let them live out their days. It's a bit more of a mutant jar. All the snails seem to have like weird tumours. I don't think I'm going to be able to capture that though. But trust me, like I'm not joking. Like they have like weird growths and stuff, like Siamese snails. But yeah, nice sticks I got from the park. Boiled these to get the tannins out. Chucked them in, put some moss on them. And I think the fairy tale shrimp will live in here because the Daphnia seem to quite like this one and are still alive. I think. Maybe they're not. So yeah, there we are. Nice Jarrarium update for what's his name? Sackman or something. He commented on my video last night. But comment anything if you want any advice, if you have any questions. It's really easy to do. He says from the guy who's had nothing but problems for 5 months. But nah, genuinely, it's a pretty fun thing to do. So yeah, that's about it, everyone. Bye. I said bye.